Hello everyone, welcome back to a really quick look at a fairly small new addition to BrickVault by a new builder joining the store, but 2 bricks. This is the Light Infantry Utility Vehicle, or short LIUV, or better known as the First Order Snowspeeder. We see this vehicle in episode 7 The Force Awakens on the Starkiller base, for example, and LEGO themselves actually made a LEGO set of it a decade ago that was very oversized but pretty cool for its day. The First Order Snowspeeder by Batu Bricks, on the other hand, was designed in Minifig scale, and you can get the building instructions for it together with a parts list on BrickVault.toys. With your purchase you support the designers and us here at BrickVault, so make sure to check out the link in the video description down below right after watching the video. The speeder has 481 pieces with a stand, and those can be acquired by you on Bricklink for around 45 to 50 USD. The speeder is about as long as my phone, or for better understanding, here's an extremely cool painting of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga that won't contribute to your sense of scale at all, but it kind of fits the vibe here, plus, yeah, it's just plain cool. So anyways, the speeder comes with a black stand that is just a bit cooler than your average black display stand in that it integrates a rocky and snowy landscape that the speeder is hovering over. I love that because this also goes really well with our newest Rebel Snowspeeder by Luke Bricks that also comes with a textured stand, so these go together nicely. And also, since we are comparing it to other models right now, let's put some of the sequel ships next to it that I also happen to have in the studio. The speeder itself is connected via 2 studs, and you can angle it in all sorts of directions. Be sure though that you want to be a little careful taking it off or reattaching it, because the stand's connections are a bit flimsy. The model itself is really nice looking. For its size, it has really good shaping, especially along the outside with these angled walls. I especially like how the front is looking with this grill intake look. There's a railing up front using minifig handpieces, and we have a turret that can be manned by a minifig standing behind it. The turret is also able to be swiveled up and down slightly. On the sides we have the engines. These are connected only with a couple of studs, so you might want to be aware of that while handling. I catch myself pushing them together again to secure them after I've handled the model for a bit. In the back we have another set of venting bits or grill detailing, which was achieved here using droid arms. Up top the railing has been done using hot dog pieces in light bluish grey, which is a nice parts usage, and that brings us into the interior that houses 2 seats side by side. The headrest is built using a technique that I didn't know worked like this. It uses chain link parts wedged onto 1x1 modified plates with horizontal clip, and there's just enough friction to angle them like this, but it's not the most secure connection, that's for sure. It looks really good though for display. The driver has a control yoke in front of them. There are slightly offset studs on the floor to connect the minifigs side by side comfortably. We have what I believe are bits of cargo in here too, which makes total sense for a utility vehicle. I always like when cargo gets included in these ships because that's how it would be in real life too. The underside has been covered up nicely as well. I especially like the use of the newish wedge slopes. I think that works really good here. As for sturdiness, don't get me wrong, this model feels like a display piece, especially with its stand, but also while handling or while building, you'll feel that this wants to be handled with care, since there are quite a few sections that are connected just with a couple of studs, which is totally acceptable for a small model of this size because it doesn't weigh much, and especially if you use new pieces, they tend to have the most friction. Otherwise, as I said, the headrest, pretty unconventional technique that you might have to adjust every so often, and maybe the engines or the connection to the stand. On display or with light play, this model is definitely a cool and cheap way to get your hands at a minifig scale sequel speeder for any MOC you might want to build or just for your desk. This was definitely needed for completion of our Star Wars collection, and I'm happy this specific model is joining the store. Again, instructions are available at BrickVault.toys. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!